Mm-hmm.
And we're live.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Tales from the Yawning Portal. We're a bunch of nerdy ass guys, stare at a camera, and play Dungeons and Dragons. It's important to say, as usual, that we're not affiliated, supported, paid, persuaded, intimidated by Wizard of the Coast LLC. We just play D&D because that's what we do when we don't do the other things that we do. I am Fausto, I'll be your DM for tonight, and these are our players. Stan.
I'll be playing Tarlin, the Drow Warlock.
Alexander.
Hey,
Eric.
yeah, I'm Alexander. I'm playing Eric today. A simple flesh bag, as you know, from Kentucky. My classes are keyboard douchebag,
Yes, let's do this.
snarky American.
Let's do this. Everybody present his own class. So we have Levarian.
Being played by Yorid, who pretends to be a book salesman by day and is a sardonic bitch at night.
And Yinken.
I am the perpetual level 1 RPG character as I kill rats for a living.
You're
Not the ratties.
a
Rat Slayer.
Warhammer character, rat catcher.
Next
Okay.
anime coming near you, Rat Slayer.
Rat Slayer.
They thought they were safe when they
The
went
big
into the
antagonist
sewers.
is Ratatouille. The big antagonist is Ratatouille.
Piloting a human mech.
Piloting a human mech.
It's Evangelion all over again.
It's the movie all over again from a different
It's Ratvangelion.
Ratvangelion. Oh God. What do you mean? You mean that rats are evangelists? What do you mean?
Have you not seen
Aren't they?
Warhammer
Have you
Fantasy?
seen them? They even have their own religion. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Was that the rat?
horned rat.
Ah, the horned rat. Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
All right, I think
Yes.
we are off to a good start here. I mean, it's going to
Yeah,
be.
we only lost 10 viewers.
We
Not
have
bad.
10
Hey,
viewers?
that's more viewers than we had before.
This is quite exciting.
I blame
Use
everything
them all.
on I blame everything on marketing. You know, recently I finally decided to watch Mad Men.
Mad
Which
Because
is,
you suddenly had a large amount of time.
Ah, yeah.
You
You're
absolute
totally
madman.
right. We need a busty redhead, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we mean.
I'll buy a wig and I'll get back to you guys.
I'm sure it will have the same effect.
I'm
Eric.
busty for a guy because I'm tubby.
I'm sure if you do that, it will have exactly the same effect. Okay, very well. That said,
Oh boy.
You're not tubby. You're American.
We didn't actually lose a viewer in that
Exactly.
exchange.
what did you
Wonderful.
say? What did you say? You're not happy. You're American.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. The
That's
only places in America that doesn't have fat people are
oh god.
Alaska. That's because they all freeze to death.
And California.
But
There's
what do you
probably
mean?
Oh,
like
no,
two
no,
health
What do you
freaks
mean? Every time
influencers.
that I watch an
Oh,
American
you never been
show-
to California, have you?
California
I have,
has three
actually.
types of people:
Oh god.
the vegans, the fat people, and the meth heads. There's no in between.
But
Can't
every
confirm.
time,
California, I
Are
apologize.
you sure the meth heads is not just the in between where you go like, I'm really fat, time to smoke some meth? And then you go like,
You mean-
this is really shitty. How can I make my life even worse? And
I
go
mean,
vegan.
vegans
Go
are not
vegan.
meth heads.
Look, vegans are just meth heads without the drug.
What? No, but no, I don't believe you.
Have you
Every
talked
time
to a
I,
vegan?
every
We
time
lost
I
2
watch,
viewers, guys.
every time I watch American TV, I always see beautiful, thin people.
Well, that's all we
So-
show on TV. Because if you show
Oh.
any fat guy, he's probably the bad guy,
Or the funny guy.
or the funny guy, or
Sure.
Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito is.
Or Danny
Yeah.
DeVito.
It's the
treasure.
bad guy and the funny guy together.
But Danny DeVito is a national treasure.
The
And
Danny
Penguin.
cherish
DeVito
him.
is the final boss of life. Before you die, you have to fight him for your right to pass on.
And you keep punching at this height and you can never get him.
Yeah.
No. Alright. So, very well, guys. So, where were we? Last we left, I believe we had just. Yes, we had entered the dreams of the former Raven Queen, now Winter Queen, and we had witnessed the moment when her powers were some of her powers were stolen from her by the usurper Shadow Throne, and his ascension to godhood. When
It's a
we
shame he was ugly as fuck.
yes, yes, he was. When we returned from this dream, we found ourselves in front of the Dreamgate, yes, and the party was attacked by creatures of nightmare, the quarry, straight from the world of Eberron, straight from the dimension of nightmares that did not take kindly to your intrusion into what they considered their realm.
Were they
maybe
also
some-
attacked by Alexander?
They were attacked by Alexander.
Well, hey, whoa! I didn't attack them. I was attacking old ghosts.
Oh
Okay?
yeah. Alexander was possessed pretty early in the fight, and
At the beginning of the fight.
he helped. Yeah, well, and he helped a bit. But being the big ass heroes that you are, you defeated all the nightmares, and the bawling of Sehanin, no, the blessing of Sehanin was upon you, and our good friend Yinkan got a robe of stars out of all this. The veritable sky falling on his shoulders and becoming a mantle of magical stars. And that's where we left last time. Indeed. I believe we are still in the vicinities of the elven city of Trevental.
Ooh.
Yes.
Let's go find librarians. Yeah.
Cue elven
Ah.
elven chorus, elven voice. Well, not exactly. Yes,
Sleeping
everybody.
here's got to be horrible because they're always singing and partying.
Yes, well, since elves don't really sleep, they only trance. A bit of trance music is what you need. So,
Brother, have you had your daily trance music? Might I assist you?
we were
Here,
just talking
take a
about
seat.
crackheads. So I guess
All elves are crackheads, confirmed. So says the GM.
old techno people. No. So yes, you are in the city of Trevental, or Trevental. And your the adept of Seanin, Liatana, having witnessed what just happened, she can do nothing else but congratulate you on wonderful performance, and of course she will give you the time to once again rest in the city. You will be offered whatever respite you require. And then when you have once more a few moments together with her, she will ask, "What's next for you, heroes?"
Well,
Well, we got one thing that we were coming for. Two things actually, since Lavarian now has
we've
mirror
had
armor.
time for a long rest. You said, right?
Yes, if you want, you had time for
Mm.
rest.
After
Yes.
the long rest, I will.
You feel after the long rest, you feel your powers renewed and growing in strength. Actually, yes. Tell me, what happens now that your power has grown? Tell me.
Yeah, after the long rest, I will. Well, I've spent. Well, I only trance 4 hours, so half of my long rest, since we have others who need 8 hours, will be spent studying the secrets of the universe. And at the end of today's long rest, I will leave my room looking like the shadow throne that we saw in that dream.
Okay.
And
You what? You became undead? What happened?
no, change appearance.
Ah, all right.
I can alter self at will now.
I see. All right.
And I have become Legion. The secrets of the universe are laid bare.
So you play this practical joke on your companions, and they see Shadowthrone himself entering the room. I mean, should we start rolling damage? Or...
Yeah. Do I recognize him as such?
The same shadow throne you saw in a dream yesterday.
Yes, you
Lavarian
see
didn't
this-
see the shadow
I
throne.
wasn't there. Like, are you just being a very menacing being in the elven?
He looks like
Heavens.
a zombie dark elf.
So, Lavarian, you know Vlad von Karstein from Warhammer Fantasy?
No, because
No.
Lotarion doesn't know Warhammer Fantasy
No,
at
no,
all.
you-
He might as well be speaking in tongues at this point.
No, you specifically, Majori.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's pretty much what Shadow Throne looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really?
I'm going like,
Yeah,
this is a vampire.
the picture you showed looked really like Vlad von Karstein.
Huh?
Is he
What's-
missing his wife?
Isn't he a vampire, Vlad von Karsten?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's an undead vampire.
Yeah, but the picture I show you looked like a zombie. Wait, I will show you
yeah,
again.
but Vlad von Karstein and
He also looks like a zombie. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll put a picture in the
Yeah,
Discord
pretty
chat.
much. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
Vlad
That
on a
fits.
a
Yep.
slightly less bloody day.
Yep, that fits. Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
The vampires in fantasy have a little bit more of a zombie appearance.
Yeah, I can see.
Anyway, so if you arrive looking like that, I will be rather wary.
Okay.
And I will draw my blade.
Yeah. After a few seconds, I will turn into Brock.
I will stab you.
Um,
Do I hit?
Ow! Yes,
Yes.
you do.
Oh God.
This is the point where you can say, Levarian, please stop. I am a good guy.
Duh.
Because there is one more attack and a smite coming
Can I
otherwise.
turn back into Tarlin?
Ah.
Tarlin!
I actually keep my concentration though.
Hey.
Very good. Why,
Now
what
let me
the-
remove
why,
that damage.
why were you doing that?
Ah,
Why would you do that?
Very dangerous.
well,
I'm sorry. Do you
You
need
guys
healing?
are no fun. Tell them.
I wasn't
You guys
trying anything. I was just getting used to my new powers.
Yeah, dude, tell us that in beforehand. Don't just walk in here looking like you're gonna be a shapeshifter.
Okay.
At least first go, it's me, Charlin, and then change into something.
It's me, Tarlin, and I
Okay.
turn into who else? That goddess Illustrate.
Really now?
Sacrilege, really?
You are
we
going
going
to
there?
use this power to troll people? Okay, we're
What else do you use that power for?
That's a fact. That's
The
a fact.
stranger.
No, just for a few seconds and then back.
All right, Alexander. What about you?
After his 4-hour trance, he's actually gone out to find some of like the greatest tacticians that this place can offer him, and has kind of just been challenging them to games of chess and like talking to them to learn how they kind of commanded the battlefield and how they themselves became such good generals or tacticians or what have you.
Yes,
As
probably.
he's trying to learn from these people how to be a mastermind of the field.
You realize we have been mostly making our way charging at our enemies, or being charged by our enemies, and beating them as hard as we could. Maybe it's about time we put some tactics in.
So while Harlan is doing his whole like shape-shifting thing, Alexander and probably this older elf is in the background of the room playing like dragon chess or something like.
Clearly, yes. All right. Levarian.
Yeah, so I hooked up with an elf chick last session, apparently.
Actually, that's up to you. I mean, clearly interested. Now, I don't want to make this more awkward than it needs to be. I'm just wondering, does Levarion also eventually could have that kind of romantic interest for a fellow acolyte of Elisri? And clearly, since she's an elf, she's also born.
But is she dead?
The important question,
Because
everybody.
that makes long-term relationships slightly more difficult.
Do you ask her?
I will.
I mean, that's
inquire
something
with
in a
her.
conversation can be.
I will inquire with her because this is like the elven afterlife. So I am very curious as to the current state. Are there more living elves here? Are they all deceased? Have they met noble ends? Were they slightly more dangerous ends? Like,
Okay, so clearly this whole conversation is going on with the background music of Angel from Robbie Williams. I love an angel. And no, well, the thing is this. So I will, for one moment, out of the scene and explain the way it works. Also, you've been playing walkers of a certain experience. You understand it. There are different states of existence in the multiverse. Those people that are born on the prime material plane, like all of you, you are primes. So people that come from a normal world, the default setting of existence would be a prime. Then there are some people that are actually born in the outer planes, where normally only the gods and angels and devils live. But clearly, with the existence of Sigil and other places, it's possible that true life is also born in the outer planes. And these creatures are called the planners. You wouldn't know the difference between a prime and a planner, except for a bit of a strangeness that goes on a planner. Clearly, when I say strangeness, I do not refer to,
tentacles.
No, what I'm saying is like most heroes, even for the prime, they tend to be half dragons, half demons, half angels, tritons, and all the gamut of strangeness. So you wouldn't notice the difference between an adventurer and a planner, like that. A step above this are the proxies. Proxies are the direct servants of the gods. They may be already dead in their first life and been raised to power by their gods, or they may be primes or planners that have been blessed by the gods and become their champion. When you are chosen to be the champion of god, you are on your way most to become a proxy. So, for example, Levarion, you already feel this burgeoning sliver of divinity inside of you. Huh? Above the proxies are the powers, what most people call the gods. The Atar also prefer to call them the powers because, according to them, they are just more powerful people, not necessarily what everybody called gods. Because according to them, the gods don't exist. There is only like levels of power. So the powers are like Elistrali, Corellon, and so on and so on. And then we have the petitioners. So petitioners are those primes and planners that lived their life and eventually died, and so they were welcomed in the realm of the god that they venerated in their life, or simply welcomed in the outer plane that mostly matched the way they lived in life. The one thing I love about this whole division of existence is that all of them start with a P. Prime, planner, proxy, power, petitioner.
It's a very PP universe.
Yes.
They have big PP.
That said, is this elven woman a petitioner? Yes. So she was. Clearly she already had another life. The thing is, when you become a petitioner, most of the time, unless the gods want it differently, you do not remember your previous life. So she only knows herself for her life here in Trevantal and serving Elistri.
Mhm.
She wouldn't know better.
Okay.
Did she tell you her name?
I remember her telling us something.
I don't think she said. The only person that said her name was Liatan. So maybe we should name her now. And her name would be Eradrit. So I have a feeling maybe I gave her a name a lot. I don't remember.
Pretty sure you did, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, something with a K.
Isn't it in the Tales from the Yawning Portal blogspot?
Do we have such a thing that we should peruse?
It
and
might
check
be useful.
when
We
we
could
do
find
not
out
remember
things.
such things?
If our DM wrote it down, which I don't think he did.
No, I think her name was. Yeah. Okay, let's call her Eradrit because that's fine. So yeah, so that said, yes, she is a petitioner here, which means also that she would be immortal because she's now a spirit. Was only aim in life is to serve her goddess and live a peaceful life.
So basically, if I would pursue romantic relationships with her, we would have a spiritual connection.
She isn't a ghost, eh? She's like flesh.
You said she's
and
a spirit.
Yeah, well, that does not mean that she's a ghost. Eh? She's a petitioner, but you can. She's solid, and she eats, and she transits.
Petitioner? I barely knew her.
So yes, there are families of petitioners. If that is what their gods want for them, they.
Well, considering it's the first female that actually shows an interest in Levarion, he's intrigued.
Without a whip.
Yeah, the Drow priest
Whip might
seems
be
pretty
involved later.
interested.
Yeah.
They are drow after all.
Yeah, but Drow.
Yeah.
Look, she's at least nice enough to save that for after the marriage.
So okay, that's the thing. I mean, at the moment, it's clear that she has some feelings for you. You can decide if you want to pursue this thing.
I'll pursue it.
Okay,
Gives me a reason why I'm protected from good and evil suddenly.
Oh yeah, it's the power of love. The power of love.
It's basically as we are courting, because I do think the others are gone for a bit, right?
Yeah.
As we are courting, I will use that angle. Like, I will try and learn from her what the ways of this realm are and how they protect themselves from danger. That way I can protect myself and in turn be of a longer lifespan to spend time with her.
Right, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
just wait until you die.
J-
You'll be with her forever after that point.
Yeah, but I won't
Oh,
remember, so you don't know.
You might remember.
yeah.
You're
Oh,
the
that would be
champion of the
great.
god
Like,
now.
Well, she would
forget-
remember.
you forget,
You're a
and then
champion.
and
You
then
won't
you
become
meet-
a practitioner. You'll
It's
become a proxy.
51st date all over again.
Think about it. You won't become a practitioner. You'll become a proxy because you're a champion now.
Sounds
A
like
practitioner.
I will
not a
wait for you
practitioner.
in heaven, literally. Okay, and
Yeah, like you'll be raised up to be something even further beyond.
You'll enter heaven with no memories, and then there's this crazy chick at the entrance, like, "Oh, I've been
Enter me!"
waiting for you."
no, you must be mistaken. Okay, all right, Yinken, what about you?
Yes.
What happens when you feel this burgeoning new power growing into you?
I just go with the flow.
This is the natural cycle of things.
This is the natural cycle of things.
What kind of wonderful thing can you do? Let's say you're there, like testing your newfound powers, and then X happens. What is that?
Oh. I want everyone around to think of an animal.
All right. This is a game that every druid does. Think of an animal.
Think of an animal.
There you go.
My bat, I guess.
Alexander isn't paying too much attention. He's like, alright, he moved his dragon queen there. Maybe I should.
So you're thinking about Dragon Queen?
Yes.
Well, he's sitting there playing like some form of chess that's probably got like dragon pieces because Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons, you know.
That's a fact, yes.
So he's
I
probably not like paying attention. He's like, alright, he moved the kobold there, the dragon queen's there.
Clearly, Incan, when Xander says come
You cut
plugging
out
out.
there, Fausto.
a
Yeah.
Komodo dragon, you know, like these are
Yes.
Komodo.
Now imagine you being that animal. Just imagine it.
Alright, move that to E9.
Alright.
Wouldn't it be fun to be that animal?
Of course.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, blast it, he took my
Yep,
fucking-
lie around all day, eat bamboo.
Okay, you all turn into that animal.
Oh,
Alexander is like midway through trying to pick up like his queen and move it, and then he shifts and loses control of it, and it knocks his king over. All you get is a angry lizard noise in return.
Rolls over, falls asleep. Yep, this is alive.
right. So your good friend Yinkan transforms each of you into an animal. That's impressive. Yeah.
If I read it correctly, I can also change
Oh,
it
no.
back.
Yeah. Yes. You can change it
and-
every.
Won't
Yeah.
be able to change Alexander. Willing creatures. You focus on this game.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, Alexander isn't resisting. He's just like
It was
kind of like
willing by
half
default.
there.
Yeah.
He's willing by default. You trust Incan.
Okay.
Aww.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
Alexander is not paying attention to you whatsoever, and you probably don't expect the spell to work. And then he just suddenly shifts, and you just get angry Komodo dragon noises as he's trying to like pick the pieces up with his paws, only knocking things down more.
I was
And it
expecting
lasts
either.
up to 24 hours.
Yeah, I was expecting either an earthquake or a control
Guys,
weather. But
We could all become like a little
Oh.
like pack of annoying ankle biter dogs and run around town.
If you turn
Have
us
rich
all
people
in,
pick us up, pet us.
If you
They
turn
buy
us
us
all
nice
into
things.
crows, we can we can
Murder
commit
things?
murders all day.
Yeah.
murder hobos.
Look, we can all
Murder
become
hoe crows.
ravens and freak out anybody who's like,
Nevermore,
nevermore,
nevermore.
yeah. Or go to people who believe in Odin as their god. They're like, Odin is watching! And they're just like super like down with it.
But yeah, I turn everyone back into their own.
Okay, great. Though now you have 24 hours to do whatever you want with them.
You can make the panda
only
wear a
only
funny
when I
hat.
only when I want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Alexander shifts back. Is like, all right, look, that wasn't my fault. We're going again. Double or nothing.
Right.
Ekin, can you resist from doing that for 5 minutes?
No, but I will try.
I'll buy you a dog or something.
Okay.
You can be his dog. No, okay, that's fine. All right, so you all felt your newfound powers growing to you, but the question still stands, though. Liathana still asks you, where do you go next? What is next in your path?
Weren't we supposed to seek out those weapons, guys?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We should
Well,
probably.
you got some sparkly armor, so that's technically a weapon.
We
Yeah,
kind
but
of left a bunch of giants unmurdered as well.
I think that's perfectly fine. Giants are for Brock.
Okay.
Your Brock is at another castle, sadly.
Gianting it up.
To be honest, maybe we should deal with the giant before Brock returns.
They
I
are
don't think he'll be too
pretty
happy. He is trying to
strong.
hunt them down.
Yeah, let
His
him
hammer
have
is
the giants.
kind of a big deal to him.
Oh, I thought he only wanted to date them.
You
Well,
mean
he made a
bone
big
them?
deal about giants and his hammer, so I assume he crafted something into it. Plus, when he murdered that one giant, he
Yeah.
stole its power.
Well, he
Whatever
can
it
go
is.
for the
Right.
giant ladies until he murders the giant men, I guess.
Yeah, it's a
But then
simple
he
process
turns
of
into a
elimination.
giant man.
Is he really Brock
Ah.
when he transforms? That's the real question.
I
Or is
think
he just?
is. He's expressing his pure and innermost
Oh.
desires. He wants to be
Doesn't-
at least taller than an elf.
Doesn't matter who he really is, the individual is not so important as the myriad in the universe.
Oh,
Well, you say he wants to be taller than an elf, but no matter how big he is physically, spiritually, he's still lesser than me.
Of course. But he doesn't know that.
Well, I've made it pretty clear.
Doesn't mean he was listening.
Fair enough. This is Brock we're talking about.
aw.
Okay, so basically, the way I see it, so we have giants. We have to discover the secrets of the universe for Charlin. We have to recover
just gonna
coins
elaborate.
for Shadow Throne, and we have to get the weapon from Zeus and from Hades still.
So many things to do, so little.
Well, we can head to Hades.
And
I
we have
mean,
to have a party at like the Yawning portal.
All
well,
the time.
yeah, of
All the
course, but I'm saving up. I want that to be extra big.
Oh, right! Before I forget, milady, being our
Yes.
host and all, are there specific stores and such here with which we could resupply and restock for our journey?
Certainly. What is it that you need?
Turns to the group. What do we need, guys?
Well, from our dear friends here, I've learned how to use a few more tools.
You can fill your quivers with freshly crafted elven apples of the greatest quality.
Does that give a damage bonus?
No, but very cool.
Look, damage doesn't matter when you got style.
They will count as magical weapon when you attack fiends with it. Like, usually fiends are immune or resistant to magical weapon. These arrows will always hit them. I mean, will always
Doesn't my bow
damage
make
them.
my arrows magical anyway?
That's a fact. That does
Look, I
not
don't
mean
care. They're stylish looking. Give me them.
They are. They're like the feathers are golden feathers.
And like healing
Like
potions
white.
and things? Do we need that, guys?
Well, I am a walking healing potion. I don't
You have
carry
reached
a
that
healer's
level
kit
of
around.
power where shopping is
Mm,
futile.
Do they sell disguiser kits and forgery kits?
Sure, you can get
Because
one.
I do need one of each of those. Because now I can use them.
Yes, you can definitely get them, and
Nice.
they won't even make you pay for it.
Nice.
I don't think
See?
my bank has an office here, but
Probably not.
yeah.
I'll buy another healer's kit as well. Because I'm halfway out of mine.
All right.
So what power level are we shopping at here? And how much money are they usually asking? Is our money any good here?
Your money is good here, but it depends also what you are looking for.
Do they have any magical suits of studded leather armor? Perchance?
Imagine.
Because I still don't have armor after mine got eaten away. I've just been walking around in casual clothes.
It casual.
So you
You
can have my studded leather armor. I'm wearing the mirror ball suit, so
that must count for something.
I mean, sure, but
if they have any
It's
armor, if
only
they have anything that the
slightly
party
used.
could,
Do
They
they have like
can.
better armor that is not metal?
leather
not
armor
metal.
that is not metal.
No, better armor.
Better armor is not that.
oh, he's looking for like stone plate mail or something.
Bark mail.
No. Keep it medium armor.
All the kobolds come to you. Yip, 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 yip.
That actually reminds me of a magical shield I saw as homebrew. It summons a kobold strapped to the front of it, and it makes enemies so like they're just so like, oh, that poor guy that they just don't even attack you. It pass like a wisdom saving throw DC 8 or something.
The PT shield. So
Yeah, something like
they
that.
don't have a PT shield. No.
Sad.
Do you want my animated shield? Incan?
What,
Oh,
the
no,
animated shield I
it's
bought
okay, it's
specifically
okay.
for you with
I-
lots of money.
I prefer to stay behind, stay in the back.
As things have been going, nothing attacks me. I don't know if I'm too scary, too lie. Just things don't seem to notice me.
Cool.
You're mostly in a force cage.
This is also true,
Yeah,
but I also tend to almost murder things before I go into that thing. So I mean, it's fair enough. I kind of do deserve to be in a cage.
yeah, you do.
See, even our filthy drow thinks so. Love you, Tarlin.
I see
Not
that.
like
So you unattuned from the wand of light, right?
Yes, because otherwise I couldn't wear the mirror ball armor.
Okay. Do you keep the wand on you?
Oh right. We had a
Are you sharing?
long rest.
If
that
anyone
bad?
wants it, I'll share it.
I mean, I don't want it.
The wand needs attunement.
Let me check.
It should be in everyone. Okay, I see that there are some items for. The gloves of missile snaring are still open for takers,
This is true.
and the wand of lightning and weighty white.
Waith. Don't
Waith.
remind me of Waith. Keyboard was. He was too young.
But I think you are all like filled up with attunements, right?
I'm actually only using 2 attunement items.
You are?
I
Well, my
actually
coin
have
got
no attuned
Right.
items.
Isn't the robe?
No,
The robe of stars. It's requires attunement.
it does. It doesn't say so.
It doesn't say so. Look at the.
It didn't say so. Did it?
It's a-
Does it?
Oh no,
Look
I'm
at your-
attuned to 3. I forgot the Stone of Luck.
There should be a handout in the magic items party under your character sheet.
Yeah.
Hey, that requires
And-
attunement.
I have 3.
And also the staff requires attunement.
Okay, I didn't know that. I will add it.
So you can, but you still have 1 slot free.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll
Is there
keep
a
it
way to
open
get
for.
more attunements open?
What do you say?
Is there a way to get more attunement?
Yeah, you can be an artificer.
Shit.
And,
It's your only option.
All right. So,
Balls.
so yes, clearly Liatana understands your ideas are not. She suggests this. Well, she offers, of course, hospitality here as long as you want, of course. And I don't know if you shared with her what you saw in the dream of the goddess.
She was the diva, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see any reason why not. She's trustworthy enough.
Well, I'll let Lincoln decide what we want to tell her.
Yeah, Dream Boy.
We're gonna tell her the truth. That
Okay, that you're looking for words or you're looking for a memory?
I'm looking for a memory. It's
No, that's okay. So what you saw was this basically group of adventurers fighting against Orcus, who was
Alright.
about to steal the power of the Raven Queen. And then, while they were beating Orcus, one of them snuck away to do to the Raven Queen what Orcus wanted to do to the Raven Queen. And that someone was Shadow, which probably had a different name when he was a hero.
Yeah,
how
his name was
dare
probably
he?
like Davy.
He
or
stole her
something.
childhood.
Yes.
Well,
And I think the goddess even actually said to go and investigate that dark world from which Shadow Throne comes.
I actually seen a dream of it, so do you think we could maybe use that dream gate to just travel there through my dreams?
True, you had a dream. In fact, that's the thing, Yinkan. Apart from using the dream gate, the fact that you have used the dream gate, you've received the blessing of Sionin, you are actually a
Champion?
druid. No, not a champion, but I mean, what's it called? Shepherd druid?
True to the dream?
a druid of dreams, right?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
it called? A circle of dreams druid,
Circle
exactly.
of
Yeah.
Dreams, yes.
Yes, like that. You actually feel that you can do more with the dreams of people, and as you are
I
traveling,
can.
that's what you feel. Like, with the right focus, with the right how can I say
Preparation?
preparation. Yeah, you could achieve more through dreams. For example, the thing that that Alexander just said, to travel to this place because he dreamt of it, somehow it doesn't look like too far-fetched to you.
Useful.
Like, if you could enter Alexander's dream, you think that somehow you could find a connection to travel to that place.
So this place you dreamt of, what was it like?
Well, as far as we've come to figure, I think it might have actually been Shadow Throne's domain. Obsidian towers, black peat mountains, darkness, a general feeling of unease. If I'm remembering it right, it's kind of
Lots
hard
of
to keep.
Drow?
I didn't see any drow, I don't think.
Okay.
I remember seeing a dark figure in the sky, if I remember right.
In fact, you saw that there were cities growing around these monoliths.
Yeah, cities around the
Yeah.
obsidian monoliths. From what we've learned, that could
And
literally
the
be Shadow
cities,
Throne's domain.
the cities had this kind of very stylish architecture, but with a clear, dark mood to it.
Have you mentioned any of this to the local elves here?
Mentioned it. Well, no, not really. I mentioned a little bit of it, the obsidian monuments, but not much more.
Like, if you give them a slightly more detailed description, could they already point us somewhat in the right way?
If you describe the city, Tadlin and you can really recognize the kind of architecture as a dark elf.
But the Dark Elf cities I know are underground.
That's a fact.
These were
Sound-
not.
Sounds like a world where they have taken their rightful place.
And also, Alexander, you remember that these obsidian monoliths, there were these dark clouds coming out, and they were covering the whole sky, so there was no sunlight in the world.
Yeah. He'll explain everything that he remembers. I mean,
Wonderful.
Yes, and actually, I don't remember now who mentioned this, but somebody mentioned that Shadowtron came from a world where the Dark Elves had won their war.
Right. Yeah. I think wasn't it a prophet that mentioned that?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I dreamt was Shadow
Well,
Throne's domain. So
If we're heading there, and
I'm
you
not
see
sure it's a good idea.
Tarlin turn into like a female version of himself.
All right.
Okay, Tarlin. Why?
Well, if we're going into a Drow-dominated world, I mean,
It's better to be a woman.
yeah.
If they hold to that culture. Are all Drow cultures?
Well, I don't know that world per se, but wasn't Shadow Throne a follower of Lolt as well? Which makes me believe that they will follow the Loltian dogma.
Well, from what we've heard, Lolth considers him a pawn and thing, so he might not be devoted, but more so inclined to assist in some ways. So
Yeah.
there's no guarantee that
I
he's
can always turn back.
holding on to all of them.
And besides, we have enough males in the party. So we have 2 males, 1 dubious, 1 female. That works perfectly.
Quite frankly, I can turn anybody into a female if you want me to turn your Audi into an innie. Just one arrow shot away.
No, thank you. There are more complex biological changes, by which I mean boobs, that I would be lacking.
Oh, we can just graft that onto you real quick. I'm sure we can find enough magical material.
How did this go to this?
Fausto was looking forward to a nice, relaxing evening of jamming a small group of friends, and here he is caught in the gender struggle.
Oh well.
But
Record scratch. You might wonder how I got here.
either way, we could step into Shadow Throne's domain, but that could be quite risky if we could travel through dreams, so we can go to a few other places.
Mhm.
Could
Yeah. Well, you have to keep in mind Shadow Throne still sees what I see, basically.
Well, yeah, but Shadow Throne's
Hi, Shadow Throne.
Awesome.
You're a woman now, Shadow Throne. How does that feel?
So, if you guys really want to go running and gunning straight into Shadow Throne's abode, seeing as he hates 3 of us at least, we could.
Sorry, when you say Shadowtron abode, what are you meaning? Do you mean that what you saw is the divine realm of Shadow?
That's what Alexander.
That's what
Thanks.
Alexander is thinking. Okay, very good.
Yeah, he thinks that might be his domain because he might have taken it over once he became ascended.
But then again, isn't Shadow Throne's domain like that creepy ass tower?
Yes.
Given that Shadow Throne is not the oldest or most powerful god exactly as far as we know, I would be surprised if he's taken over an entire world.
Well, I'm not sure what his tower looks like, but if it looks like an obsidian monument, his domain could be at the top of one of those towers, meaning he probably has strong pull in at least one of those cities. Maybe all of them. I'm just saying we should advise caution if we go that route.
Is our guide still with us?
Who?
Our guide.
Liatana, you
Lover
mean?
boy's girlfriend or whatever.
No, the one that went with you guys.
Oh.
Liatana.
That was a different lady.
Yeah, Yatana.
The one went with you was
Diva.
Liatana, yes. The diva.
Yeah.
The diva, hey. Yes, she's there in her elven.
Considering that Tarlin is an open gateway for Shadow Throne to observe our actions, Is there any way we can block that? I ask of her.
She says, but what makes you think that this is true?
Have you smelled him lately?
Yes, I feel that he shares his shadow with someone else.
Well,
Which we believe to be Shadow Throne.
yes.
It's either that or the myriad thing
Yes,
he keeps
so
on
she's-
going
but
on about.
She says, what I'm saying is that I'm not sure that he sees whatever Traveling sees. I'm pretty sure that he can find him anywhere in the multiverse because of this deep connection that they have. It's also true that did this Shadowtron ambush you always in the same place? No. I mean, in the same ward, the same realm.
Yeah, he always ambushed us in Sigil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
What I'm saying is that apart from the magical connection, your friend here and Shadowtron, what I am understanding from what you have told me, he attacked you in places where you were pretty obviously known to be.
That's true.
So you must also consider that a god has, to put it in simple terms, a lot to take care of. Clearly, many humans like to think that the gaze of their gods is constantly on them specifically, but even though gods are seemingly all powerful, I would not say that they are all knowing. So, unless he really, really focuses attention on you,
How
I
dare
do
he
not
pay
know
attention to others.
if he. Yes. And as I said, since he has always attacked you in places that you are known to be in, I wouldn't confide too much in his divine ability to find you, but in the, shall I say, mundane ability of his minion.
It's just
Fair
because
enough.
Tarlin's eyes turn into pools of blackness, which I thought was a slight clue that he could be used in that way.
She looks at Tarling and smells the blood constantly around him and some other stuff that he has because of the coins. Let me see how bad it.
The black eyes, smell of blood, and sleep with eyes open, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. That's basically it. I mean, it's not that bad.
That's basically, it's not that bad. I smell blood, whatever. But so yeah, she said clearly I can feel the dark god deeply connected with your companion. Maybe yes, maybe he's seeing everything. I'm just saying that it's not that obvious.
With my alter self, if I change myself, do my eyes remain black?
Well, since it's a transmutation effect, say that you can change that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Well, either way, we should probably come to a decision soon.
Yeah. So do we want to hunt for the weapons? Do we want to go and check out the domain land thing?
So we leave it up to Yinkin. He's the one who can do all the.
Yeah. Yinkin, what do you want to do?
I actually have no idea what the best course of action would be now.
None of us do.
Okay,
Shine your wisdom on us.
yes, I think we should go for the weapons.
Go for the weapons. Fausto.
Yes.
I'm gonna check my little black book.
Yes.
Any reply?
For the sake of all our viewers, why don't you remind us what Black Book does?
The little black book was Alexander's way of keeping in touch with Strahd. It was his way of checking in.
Vampire Lord.
Dear Strahd, I have murdered the people you told me to murder. Day
Please send
night.
help! Now
I have
Big
no
Thing
idea
wants me
where
dead!
I am. I have met up with a bunch of weirdos. Something elf, not sure on gender. Some weird drow guy, really into tentacles. Some guy too high off his rocker, think he really cool. He's a paladin. We've been murdering goblins. What about you?
But did Strad send you on a mission? When? How did you abandon the world of Ravenloft?
I always imagined it would have been kind of an accident.
Okay.
Just another mission to go hunt down X count or what have you, who's trying to gain a leg up on Strahd, murder his elementals or demons or whatever he summoned. Got sucked into a portal.
Okay, very well. So clearly you did not complete your last mission.
No.
Okay.
Or partially. Kind of left too many
Yes.
strings.
Yes. Then I would say that in this black book, the last cryptic words that you can read are something to the effect of, I am never giving you leave, Alexander. You owe me one more hunt.
I'll write back affirmative. What's
Sounds
the
like
hunt?
every motherfucking employer I know. I have never given you.
That's kind of the connection we have. There's a lot more yes sirs, no sirs than normal, but you know.
And I would like you also to make me
A history check?
Yeah,
Would I get advantage?
sure. Because you asked so nicely.
That didn't roll advantage.
Hey!
22.
Okay, 22 is like...
Natural 20 and shit.
Enlightenment. Yeah, natural 20 shit.
It's because I've been talking to all these, like, elven historian and tacticians.
And
My
so,
mind's on it.
yeah, exactly. So your mind is a tactician. It suddenly gives you this insight. I mean, in the great boxing ring of Shadow Lords, you think that one like Strahd, I mean, Shadow Throne has nothing on him. If somebody has experience on how to be a Dark Lord, rule his own little plane of existence and stuff like that, that's Strahd.
Alexander is kind of, he's leaned back from the kind of chess table that he's at. He's kind of probably like midway through this match and kind of paused it to talk to everybody else and what's going on. And he's kind of sitting there with like this little black quill that he keeps on him. He's just tapping like the tip of it against his like lip. He's like, other than the weapons, I might know someone. You're certain about your dream abilities?
I can certainly try.
Hey.
Well, we can head to my good old home. I will warn you, it's a bit chilly. Not the greatest place for vacation. But if you're the type who likes bats, wild dogs, brigands, and generally everybody terrified of one guy, it's a great place.
The one guy's your boss?
One guy happens to be my boss, yes.
Charlotte, what do you think about it?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I mean, let's go.
Might be able
visit
to help you out,
Alexander's
Tarlin.
boss.
Cool.
He might be able to help you out. He rules the entirety of the place. His own realm, effectively.
Yeah, if you want us to go there,
He's a Dark
we'll go
Lord.
there.
Hey, that's up to you guys if you want to meet the scariest motherfucker I know.
Okay, so what's he like?
Alexander,
I think Tarlin is quite a scary motherfucker.
do you remember what level you were when you left? Like when you
What level
started? Yeah.
I think I was the level that Skrulk was.
Okay, then can you roll me very difficult Arcana check?
Very difficult. I assume no advantage?
No. Okay, very well.
15?
That's fine. Nothing to add.
Didn't Alexander join in the
It was after the vampire murdered everybody.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
related
yeah.
specifically to the place where you come from. So that's good. So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So what's the place like where we're going?
Generally, there's never any sunshine. A lot of fog, mist. The trees are pretty spooky. The architecture is beautiful, quite
good.
magnificent,
I'd be
Victorian
interested
in
in
style.
architecture. Yeah.
And the people, how are they?
Terrified.
The most miserable motherfuckers you've ever met.
Ooh.
It's almost as if they live under a Strahd. He's a great person. Love the guy.
It's almost as though they live under a straw.
Okay.
Well, you'll understand when you meet Strahd.
So
He's kind
what,
of
You'll also understand
what
if you
or
speak
who is
Dutch.
he?
but the place isn't the greatest. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not gonna see anything great except the architecture. The architecture is great.
Okay, so is he like an orc or something?
He is a vampire.
Okay, so the place is ruled by vampires.
Yes,
Okay.
him specifically.
Okay, now that you mentioned this thing, another thing that comes to mind is that one thing that Shadowthrone hates of all is undead.
No,
Yeah.
no other vampires than him.
There might be. I have no fucking idea. To tell you the truth.
Do we know that vampires
Out of
make other
character,
vampires?
yes. In character,
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, you would know that.
Well, I'll.
I can tell you, he
yeah.
rules the place with an iron fist, as far as I can tell. Nobody, from what I know, I only know what's going on because taps the book. He tells me what to do. That's about
I
it.
start writing in my journal. And how did he get that iron fist?
We can ask him when we meet
Well,
him.
I have my
Alex, you also know that I'm not really into like really bad people that control the townsfolk and shit.
Look,
So I'm gonna let you vouch for him.
I'm gonna
but
tell you, he's not the greatest of person.
if he's hostile, we'll might have to try and take him out.
Look, let's not try to murder my boss. He can give us a lot of really good information on how a shadowy dickhead might run things.
Because
And who
he is a
knows?
shadow
Maybe he doesn't
dickhead.
like Shadowthrone either.
Well,
Probably
Most
doesn't.
likely.
Well, yeah. I mean, Lavarian, think of the greater good.
I will.
So,
I also think of that one time. Didn't you tell us about this vision you had where you were trying to scry on Strahd,
Yeah.
and that your great old one ate him?
No, he enveloped Strahd's castle.
So if worst comes to worst, we'll have to rely on Tarlin.
I've never known Strahd to
That
be
sounds
the
like a good plan,
openly hostile type.
Good.
Okay.
Strahd is subtle about things.
Okay. Let's see. I'm in.
Good luck, everybody. This guy is spooky.
Well,
Scared the bejesus out of me,
since
but
we're
he
not
gave me
going
something
to,
better than a burnt down house.
Since we're not going to the Drow world, I turn back into Tarlin.
Tarlin
Alright.
minus boob.
With an extra
One.
tentacle.
Oh, ooh, there was a joke. Okay.
Zinger!
No, I mean, yeah. Might as
All
well
right.
have it.
So, yeah, clearly. So, so what do you do then?
So do I have to go
We're
to
off to
sleep or
see the
something?
Strat of Sarovich.
Barovia.
Yes.
Barovia.
You actually, because so far in your full career, you only traveled within planes with the help of a portal. Huh? Of course, this time you're going to try to create a portal through the dreams, which is awesome.
You can do it, you can.
Yes.
Yinkin.
You can.
So
do it.
they will give you access to the Mystic Spire, where all the arcane energies of the place converge.
Wow.
And yeah, I don't know. Do you say something to the attack where you are going, or anything else?
I will. I'll say pray for us. We're about to go meet the scariest guy I know. If we
Yeah.
die, we come here, right? Because we're elves.
Well, how devout a son of Corellon are you?
Look, I have just started to learn about the guy, so
Well, then I guess your chances to end up here, let's just
Are
say,
slim to none.
give it time. Give it time.
right. So if you see any of these guys here, except Tarlin, you won't see Tarlin. Let's be real. You see one of these two, buy him a drink for me, and Alexander will hand her a pouch of gold. Just put that back for drinking money.
I'll keep it for you when you come back.
Thank you.
All right. So, how do you go about this?
So, Yinkin, do I just like sit down and trance? What do you need here?
Yes, exactly. I need you to trance with all your, as if your life depends on it.
Right.
I want you to trance.
Okay.
I want you
Don't
to
be so
follow my
dramatic.
voice.
Oh, this is gonna be the weirdest nap I've ever taken. Alexander kind of just sits down in the darkest corner he can find so that no sunlight gets into his eyes or anything. Or light. There's no sun, I guess? I don't know. Puts his hat down, and he just leans back with his bow in his lap.
Okay. So you are there, focusing. All right. So, Alexander, I would like you to make me an insight check.
Alright.
An insight to see inside yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
10.
So you are there. You are thinking about all the memories you have of Barovia, the realm of Strahd. You think back on how small was the world in a certain way, because it was always dark, and there was always fear to go too far. And actually, you remember these legends of that nobody could leave Barovia if Strahd didn't want it to be so. Talling, I think we lost you on camera.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, no, it's fine. And that this legend that nobody could leave unless Strahd wanted it to, like he had control on the land itself in some way. Incan, I would like you to make me either a religion, a nature, or an insight check. Okay. So, in fact, you think that you really got the hang of dream stuff. You are there together with your other fellow elves, all trancing together. You can clearly change the reality around them from the real world to the dream world. And in a way, you start to enter into the memories of Alexander. And you also see the dark forest, this gothic castle against the moon. You see the faces of the people scared, and you catch all your companions inside this dreamlike state. And Levarian and Tarling, that are a bit less into it, you start to notice that from the open sides of this round room, that are open onto this beautiful elven forest and the radiant light, the light seems to start to dim a bit, and then you see like wisps of fog coming inside the room from all the sides. And you see that this fog, it's kind of like it's bringing with it some kind of chill and cold. Do you say something or you let it happen?
Well, this looks.
I let it happen, but I draw my blade and I hold it on Ka.
All right. You hold your blade at the ready. Alexander is clearly deep in his trance, together with Incan. Levarion, you are still at alert, so to say. While Talling, you start to see something in this mist. Like the mist becomes more and more. It's now you're there, probably sitting or in lotus position there on the ground. The mist is coming all around you, up until your chest, and then they started to fill the room with this mist. And you see the other three clearly deep into their trance, like something is happening, and you also feel like you are about to fall completely into the mystical experience that is going on here. And then you see that in between, middle of this circle that has been formed between the four of you, a dark shape appearing, like a tall but thin cloaked figure with the hood pulled over its face. You only see a very pale but handsome face.
Pale, so not Shadow Throne, right?
Well, it's not like you have ever seen him personally.
True.
Well, in the
Yeah, but
dream.
yeah, but Shadow Throne was originally a dark elf. Yeah, although undead, but even so, to make him really pale would. Yeah.
And with a voice that seems like a voice, it says, Tallinn, what do you seek in this world of Strahd?
Knowledge.
This was a bold move from your friend, but know this. Strahd is not the ruler of that land.
Of course not.
He is a prisoner, and whoever travels there is a prisoner together with him.
I have seen how little Strahd means in his own realm.
Oh, do not misunderstand me. While in Barovia, he is as a god. Then you see this, the shadows around this go even deeper, and is now a complete full shadow. And you see the mist, even though it's covering all of you, it still cannot stop some kind of illusion of projection of the dark tower of Shadow Throne behind him. He is like a god in that world, but he can never leave. Now that you have traveled there, neither can you. And then you see that the mist starts to disappear, and the Shadow Man disappear as last. And you all find yourself in a forest.
Did you guys
It is.
also see the see him?
Oh,
You guys did not see anyone.
Okay, on my
It-
way
have,
Tell you
here,
what, I was taking a nap.
I was
have you seen
interrupted.
Strahd already?
No, I'm guessing Shadow Throne or one of his servants.
Well, we didn't see him probably because he's too scared to show himself to us.
Okay.
Alexander says in that false bravado.
it's
Yeah. Well,
probably
he
with.
had some interesting things to say about Strahd.
Oh, probably none too great.
Well, mainly that Strahd would be a prisoner in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if he actually can offer any alliance of value.
Yeah, if he
Maybe.
is actually a prisoner in this realm. Alexander,
We could release him on the multiverse.
yes, setting him free, would that be a bad thing or would that be a good thing? Is he a person that would be inclined to just keep his domain here, or would he travel and dominate other people?
Well, I'm sure you'd travel and dominate other people. What reasons you'd have, I'm not certain. But if we could release him, he would be a valuable ally. Something we could probably work with better than Shadow Throne.
Someone is not convinced.
You see, now that we're kind of like in these woods, Alexander's paranoia has gone to like a new level. As he kind of like looks over his shoulder as he's speaking, he's like, he's probably listening. So I'd keep the talk down low.
So if we would want to liberate him from this plane, he would take kindly to that.
If he is in fact a prisoner, wouldn't any prisoner be happy to be released?
Not specifically. Some things outside the prison could be way worse for a prisoner than the things inside of it.
Generally speaking, most prisoners would be happy. I can't speak on his behalf. He would have to. But I would reckon he might find it quite nice.
What does your order say about releasing prisoners?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, I can't assume he's done any crimes. Here, everything he does is legal.
True.
And just. In the grand scheme of things, he could be a prisoner or he could just be here on his own accord. Aren't you the one always telling me not to judge people, Tarlin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not judging him.
All of us.
I mean, I would pretty much do the same if I had my own realm.
We'll ask him when we see him.
Look without the forest.
Keyword when.
Okay.
Lead on. You know it.
So the forest where you find yourself, it seems to be night, but then you realize that actually it's just that the clouds are so dark and deep that the light of the sun barely can filter through. It looks a bit like that Elish ward you saw in your dream, but clearly this is a different kind of Elish ward. And you find yourself in this forest. It's been a long time, but you were a ranger and a hunter. You know that you are somewhere in between. I think I should have a map. You are somewhere in between the village of Barovia and Castle Ravenloft. So the village of Barovia is the village that actually serves Strahd directly. All the supplies come from that village, and the castle is on the opposite side of the forest, and that's where Strahd himself lives.
Well,
I have a question for all of you. For among the several NPCs that were in the Yawning portal, did you ever get the chance, because I also don't remember, to speak with a dark elf called Anomander?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I commented on him being from the Malazan Empire.
Alright. Then those that said yes, I would like them to make a history check with advantage.
Ooh. Advantage.
21. It's all them elven historians I've been talking to.
Nope.
Alright. Alexander, you have been gone from Barovia a long time. Huh? But you remember sitting with this Anomander guy, and probably also because Levadian was looking for some fellow dark elves, charting yet murderers and stuff like that. And now that you are back here, and all these flows of memory is coming back. You start to realize something, that the dark elf, he was wearing plate armor with the symbol of the house of von Zarovich. Like something that must have been some kind of family heirloom of the same family Strahd belongs to.
Alrighty, then that's concerning.
Yes.
Well, my dear friends, we are in between Barovia and Castle Ravenloft.
Mhm.
Barovia is the main supplier. Ravenloft is, well, the Castle Strahd.
Okay.
Got a
With you,
few
how it go?
concerns, but most direct path would be the castle. No guarantee he's there. He kind of does what he wants. Or we can go to Barovia and we'll maybe bump into him, whatever he's playing as today.
Alexander, this is your home. You are showing us around.
What a
Your
shitty
home.
play.
You can choose where you want to go. We don't know this place. We defer to your judgment.
I was hoping you'd make a choice. Let's go to Ravenloft.
Okay.
What's
I'm
the
less
easiest
likely
way
to
to
be
get
noticed.
there?
This way.
Yeah, lead the way.
How
Now-
safe are the skies?
Well, nothing here is safe. You're probably gonna get shivved in the back at any point. Just get ready for that. Or you might be eaten by dogs. Dogs eat people a lot here.
What if you would fly?
Probably get swarmed by bats. Is a thing we could do.
Walking. Probably better.
Walking is safest. I mean, I doubt anybody will attack me except for the 19 enemies I have here. 20. I lost count.
Alright, if you follow the link in several different chats, yes. You are basically, if you go all the way to the right, you will see village of Barovia. So after you see Castle Ravenloft, yeah, just that blue spot. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you are somewhere there in the middle of things. Yeah. There where that forest is, where this pass is, goes in between the two. So that's geographically where.
Yeah, so let's just go to Ravenloft. Let's go to the front door. Let's not play around. Look, I was a hunter and assassin here. I probably don't have very many friends. Let's avoid Barovia for now. We might get ambushed.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
They don't seem like very nice people if they hate assassins, though.
Well,
it's
this
quite
is
common to hate assassins. They kill people.
Well,
well.
they provide a valuable
They kill
service.
people.
Okay.
I think it's best to go to the front door first. If that doesn't work, then he's probably out and about. I'm just a little worried to go to Barovia first.
Yeah.
I might get
Don't
noticed.
forget, I can turn everyone into an animal.
I mean, could work. That would probably work, unless I think there's bandits around here somewhere or something that likes to capture
I can
animals. for
turn
the
us all
black
into
market.
elephants.
Don't do that. That will certainly get bandits to try to capture us. There's a market here. They like to deal in everything, pretty much.
Right. So you make your way to the
We're heading for Ravenloft.
not for the castle.
For Castle Ravenloft.
Sorry, for the castle, not for the village.
Not for the village.
Yeah. Okay, very well. All right. So you make your way to the castle.
I'm going to have to bow out for just a minute or 5. Baby needs me for a sec.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
for it.
We're heading for the castle because Alexander's worried he might be noticed by someone he might not have good relations
Yeah,
with.
I understand. All right, very well. So you go to the castle. It will take you a few hours to reach the castle. You see that in the vicinities of the castle. Okay, the place is mostly very quiet, apart from the occasional screams coming from inside the castle itself.
A normal Monday.
Don't know. Yes. When you approach, you you see that the castle, even though it's never been like the top notch, how should I say, taken care of, now it seems much more into disrepair. Like Poison Ivy has been going a bit everywhere. The gates of the castle, you see that one of them have been put down and it's actually lying on the ground. There are several scorch marks a bit everywhere.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
And
looks like you'll have to assassinate some people.
broken windows here and there. You see some scavenging dogs going around looking for something to eat. The place
Alexander will
seems
shoot at them.
yes, they immediately run away when you start shooting at people. And
Damn mutts.
yes, and yeah, that aura of terror that was always surrounding the castle seemed to have been replaced by a sense of deep despair.
Oh dear. Well, fellows, this Alexander looks around. He seems a little bit lost.
Well,
It's
looks
like,
like your boss had some visitors over. I guess it's time we
possible
wreck
rebellion.
those guys. Yeah.
Well, let's
Or
head
the
and
counter-revolution.
could be. This is worrying. Either Strahd's gone off his rocker, or that one fellow from the portal might have had something to do with this.
Well, whoever it is, let's just side with the winner.
Whoever it is might not like me, and we might have to side him into the grave.
Okay. Well, let's find out what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So you enter the premises of the castle, and actually you see that in the courtyard itself, you start to see some something that don't think it belongs there, especially in Alexander. You see some wagons, like carriage wagons, and also pretty colorful. You recognize these wagons as belonging to some sort of I don't know, is it allowed to say gypsies?
Yeah, I mean,
in this one?
gypsy doesn't have any
Yeah.
bad connotations
No
here.
connotation?
I think
Okay, no.
if it was British people, you might have problems.
Okay, alright. So, some gypsy Vistani. And you know that the Vistani are these, roguish travelers going around Barovia. Many of them were in the service of Strahd, truth be told. And when you approach the courtyard and you see this wagon, you don't see any life, don't see people going around these wagons as such. And some of them also, their doors have been taken apart. Some of them are damaged.
Oh dear, it seems Strahd's employers have moved out of town.
Maybe there are some traces here of what happened.
Would Alexander remember any of the names of the leaders of the?
You clearly know a very Vistani, and that was a woman called Madame Eva, a fortune teller of the Vistani.
Madam Ava, are you about? It's Alexander Radovich. I've been out of town a little while, and it seems things have gone wrong. You alive in there? Or undead?
Or undead. Are you alive or undead? Okay. You make your way farther, and you see that you start to hear like the talk of like wood on wood as something appears on one of the openings of one of these wagons, and indeed it's an old Vistani woman. You have never met her personally, but she looks all the part, the old crone and the fortune teller, so to say. As she looks at you, the group of you, she says, "What is this? Travelers from beyond, but one of you belongs to this place. What foolishness to escape this prison and return."
Madam Ava, I assume? Alexander takes his hat off.
Yes, I am.
Now,
And you, I know you are. The Dark Lord Hound has returned to lick his master's boots. But you are too late.
oh, what happened to him? Is he playing dress up as next mayor over?
Travelers came, same as you, but different. They had no fear of the dread that Strahd represented.
Oh dear. Was one of them a dark elf?
She looks at Talin. Yes, just like him.
Did they take his place, or what did they do?
Darlin, do you remember that Anoth guy from the portal?
Yeah, we've spoken to that guy, yes. One of
I have a feeling he might be the cause of all this, or him and his
Rick.
They took the silver sword. And then you start once again to remember when you spoke with this Anovander guy that he had this like silver great sword behind his back. They stole his brother armor. Once again, you remember the armor. And they had the holy symbol of the Dawn Father.
That sounds like a holy trinity to me.
Of the holy symbol of who?
The Dawn Father, the Sunbringer.
Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, let's wreck their shit.
They walked inside this castle. They broke his heart. They summoned sunlight. And then they stabbed him through the chest.
So Strahd's out of commission. I assume this isn't one of those he'll rise the next full moon ordeals.
You will return. She looks around. I'm sure of it. Because Strahd is the land, and the land is Strahd. He will return. For his true arch nemesis still roams this land.
Who might that be? I assume it's Anoth? High enough? Whatever the Dark Elf's name was.
Salamander.
Salamander guy, yeah, him.
Salamander. No, those travelers somehow escaped the mist, returned from whatever hole that summoned them. But the eternal fight between good and evil, or light and darkness, that was the hunter that fought so many long years, and they stole this victory for him, this victory that he could never achieve.
You leave home for 1 week. Madam Ava,
That wasn't a week.
it was a very long week. Nice vacation. Madam Ava, the Nemesis is here still, yeah?
Yes,
Do you know where?
I do. He had many names. He was hiding himself. He thought his battle was lost. He gave up. And then those travelers came and showed him that Strahd was in the end mortal. He lingers now in his tower, alive, dead, his life's work undone by these travelers. You might have heard of him. They call him the Hunter. They call him the Doctor. His name is Rudolf van Richten.
Von Richten, of course. He's in his tower?
Yes, there he lingers until the Dark Lord returns.
And he wants to bring light here.
That is what he wanted in the past. But then, when his fight was won by someone else, lost his will to do anything.
Poor chap. So, the people...
Why did you come back, Alex?
Quite frankly, I've got bigger fish to fry, and I was hoping the old boss man could help out with that, but... Well...
You came here seeking help, Strahd?
Yeah, I mean, he helped me once.
Maybe you just missed home. But now you are here.
Yeah, now we're home.
We're in the castle already. How about we go check on Strahd's tower, see what's left of him?
Yeah. Wouldn't be bad to check the place out once again. You want to come with us, Ava?
If it is riches you seek, you are too late. The travelers, they took the biggest part of it. What they could not carry in their bags and in their wagons, well, I'm not ashamed to say, the Vistani took the rest. And then the people of the village came and took the furnitures and tried to burn the castle.
That just sounds like a really bad idea if you think he's coming back.
Well, they made their graves. It's not my problem right now.
These travelers gave them a gift. Very soon will be taken from them. Hope.
Hope
That's
is a
right,
poor
shame.
hope is poor advice.
Hope can do a lot, darling. It apparently got the big guy out of the chair for a little while.
Well, how about we put him back in his chair?
For once, I agree.
If we want an ally, then that's the way to do it. And, I mean, he'd probably be grateful, even if we don't unleash him on the multiverse.
One step at a time. If
then again,
he's coming back, you said, Ava?
I'm sure he is.
Also, guys, just for a moment. Anomander took out Strahd.
Yeah, seems so.
Wouldn't it be logical to then seek Anomander's aid?
From the sound of it, it looks like Alamander stacked the deck in his favor, and not so much was more powerful, just had the right tools for the job. You can take anything out if you have the right tools, no matter how weak you are.
Then
yeah,
why didn't
that's
Strahd
basically
take
what
them
we're
out if
trying to
he
do,
could
getting the
also
right
stack the
tools.
deck?
Can only stack the deck so much. It sounds like they brought the light, and Strahd still a vampire.
I mean, those guys used light. I mean, blast them.
But let's think about it this way, Lavarian. We're trying to kill a god called Shadow Throne. We're trying to kill a god who could stack the deck against us, but we're trying to stack it higher. Either way,
Let's get both of them on our side?
let's get another powerful
The
being
thing
on our
is,
side.
there's no shadows in the darkness. You need light to make shadow. So
Right,
I
How
would
very-
sooner
How
not
very
ally
Kingdom
with
Hearts of you.
Yeah, I never played that series, so.
It's like rip the entire series like thing all the way through.
Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't ally
Strahd,
so much with the light guy. Just create more shadow.
we can deal with Salamander or Alamander, whatever his name is, later. Quite frankly, even though Strahd wasn't a very nice guy, pardon me, Madam Ava, but he gave me a job and a place to stay, so I mean, I at least owe the guy.
You know, when you say pardon, Madame Eva, she looks at you and she says, I have no love for the Dark Lord.
Mm.
But this was his prison. Now he's gone. And he has left us here. And we still cannot leave.
Well, I left, so there is a way.
How did you leave?
Quite frankly, it was a very foggy memory, but there was a portal. I was on a job, I was hunting some scum. One wrong slip and I was out. And I'm even if I find a way to get you all out of here, I will.
Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna have to leave anyway because I got a god to go get hunting. So, it's not an if, it's a win, actually.
Well, I suppose only a god can take you out of here now.
Where's that fish fellow who's screaming Poseidon all the time? He might know a better way.
He was probably just hit something until it turned into a portal.
I think
That's
he was
true.
staying with Sadara, no?
He actually went back home, to Olympus.
That's why we got ambushed.
Yeah, that's when you got ambushed.
Ah, right, yeah.
Well, Madam Ava, I assume you're the last of, well, he kind of gestures around towards the carts.
The Dark Lord had a sympathy for us, protected us from the villagers. That protection is gone now. We are considered thieves, murderers. And
So it's like
I don't say that we are not.
I mean, to be fair,
Now
we're not breaking the law. Well, weren't. And
the
won't be in the future.
the fear that Strahd was imposing on the Barovians kept them in line. Now there is nothing to keep them in line.
Yeah, Madam Ava, you think they'll attack me on sight?
If they recognize you, for sure.
Well,
They may have some sympathy for your friend there. She points at Tarling again. They remember the dark-skinned demon that entered here with his companions.
I feel bad for them. They don't know what his type is like back where he comes from. They're no better than Strahd himself.
No,
More
I don't
whips and
think so.
chains, but
Now that you mentioned that. Yeah, I was also there when we spoke with Anomander.
Yeah, probably also been the two dark elves.
Yeah.
Met.
Well, it wouldn't be a big change. I will try to look like him.
Right. So, Madam Ava, can you do me a favor?
It will depend entirely from the.
You think you can head on into the castle there and collect any knowledge Strahd would have had? None mundane stuff, but stuff surrounding ruling, coming to power, anything like that. Something that might help us track down a god of death. I trust in your wisdom.
I can try.
Thank you. Well, let's go find this Richter fellow.
Right. Van Richten Tower. Now, if I am not mistaken, I want to say, how much would you know? Yes, I would say that you probably know where this tower is. I just want to point it out on the map.
Is it this tower?
It could be that tower. Yes.
Is it the place marked Tower?
Yeah, that's. It's the only place marked tower, right? So
Yeah.
why not?
Might just well be a tower.
It might just be that. Well. Uh, Strange, because when I search it, it should. Okay. Yes, I decided that's the tower. Okay, very well. So yeah, you know where the tower of Van Richten is supposed to be. When I see the distance, this will probably take you maybe a couple of days to get there.
Well, we're on the way, guys. If you see a coat on a dead body or something, pick it up. It gets a bit chilly at night. It gets real chilly at night, actually. That's why I wear the duster. If you see any empty
140.
houses, if things are still the way they were, don't go in empty houses. Sometimes they have ghosts.
Yeah, probably a day or two to get there. Yes.
I'm gonna get me a riding elk.
All right. So yeah,
Nice.
that's the thing. When you take your time to get yourself a riding thing, what are you trying to get? An elk?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll
So
summon a horse as well.
yes, you see that when you summon your elk, what starts to come out of the forest is, yes, an elk, but you see that did
Wait.
everybody drop from the call?
No? We're
Yeah.
still here.
Wait, what happened?
Everybody's.
Hello. Okay, we're having technical issues.
You don't need I don't know what you want to do, but
Wait. Let me remove the cameras for now, and we're back online.
hi.
Hello there,
Hi.
darlings.
Hello.
Sorry for making you wait.
Howdy.
Oh boy.
Okay, Ken, maybe if you can tell us that you are, or do you guys hear us? Yeah, I guess they're hearing us.
Based
Okay.
on my streaming program, the sound should be coming through clear. At least looking at the monitors.
Yep, listening in, I do get an echo, so that's good.
Okay, perfect. Then I would say let's keep going on.
All right.
Last we met, we had just spoken with Madame Eva, who had told us that Strahd is dead, or at least gone, because you know how it is with vampires. They go and then who knows, maybe they come back. But she also told you that his arch nemesis, the monster hunter Rudolf van Richten, is still alive, and he has lost basically any reason to leave. I'm getting some response from chat that are quite off, but okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, maybe everybody make a sound check. Fausto is here.
Heyo.
Hello.
Hello.
Yo.
Right.
Yeah, but
Okay, perfect.
overall the sound in Google Hangouts
Yeah.
is less clear than in Discord. That's
Okay.
that's true.
So as I was saying, she's directed you to Rudolf van Richten Tower, which is also what you decided to do, to travel there. So you were just summoned some magical steeds to help you in your travel. And what I was about to say when everything crashed is that your elk, for example, Levarian, when it comes out of the forest, you first see his majestic horns, and then you see its snout, and there is like some ichor going down its mouth, and his jaw, it's a bit off.
Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, and actually then you start to see the exposed bones of two of his legs, and then the ribs, and you realize you have just summoned some sort of undead elk thing.
I look at Alexandra and go like, that's normal?
About as normal as you can get.
While Tadlin, when your phantom steed appears, you see that indeed it's a quasi-real and seems almost made of mist. But most importantly, you see that its hooves are on fire, same as its tail and its mane.
Nice.
Everybody, welcome to Barovia. This is normal.
I'm gonna
Okay.
keep this guy around as long as I can.
I think now you might start to understand why I'm always so paranoid and glum.
I'm
This is what I
gonna
grew up with.
summon 2 giant boars using conjure animals.
Just to test, right? Okay, very well. So
No. Also, they're large, so we can ride them.
Oh yeah, why not? Okay, so same as what you saw with the steed that Levarian summoned, you see that your bears are
Boars.
boars. Sorry, your boars. Their fur is missing in several patches. The stink of putrescence is around them, um, and clearly they have seen better days.
All right,
In
things
which
aren't
they
that
are
bad.
also like they seem undead boars.
Right now, I'm gonna point out not everything is dead. This is a little bit perplexing. Maybe we're just unlucky. Who knows?
Maybe we're just
I
unlucky.
swear to you, there are living things in those woods.
We'll
Most of the
see.
time.
We'll see them when we get there.
Well, by the time
Hopefully.
we're out of the woods, maybe there's nothing living left. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe.
This could have a possible problem with that Strahd gone, so things might be falling apart a bit. Do
That's a
realms fall
possibility.
apart?
That's a possibility. Well, yeah. You know, the thing about Barovia, even though maybe you had some wanderlust in your younger years, it was not possible to leave it. Like maybe since you are this free spirit, you have tried, like, you know, to enter the edges of the realm of Barovia, and somehow the mists always got you back inside Barovia. You wouldn't know if there is any adjacent realm or others or other kingdom anywhere, because nobody can ever leave Barovia.
Yeah. Let's
Um,
continue on. Hopefully at some point we'll see something not undead, and hopefully realms don't decay and fall apart when their master is absent.
Hopefully. So,
It'd be bad for us.
Alex, you're a planner warrior, right?
Seems so. I am now, yeah.
You have no further idea about this? Because I would assume that given what you do, like as a Horizon person, isn't this kind of your jam?
Shifting between planes, I mean, yeah, I can pinpoint a portal from a mile away, but I mean, the thing with Barovia is you really couldn't leave. If you went too far out, you'd hit mist, and then you'd be kind of back where you were. Now, if that was Strahd's doing, that might change, but I mean, you can start walking off in that direction. He kind of points in a direction. Eventually, you'll find your way back here. This place isn't infinite, it's limited. I've explored the entire thing at least, I think, 10 times.
So it's more like a demi-plane.
Yeah, mostly. It's not like the plane of the elves we just came from, where we were told it was infinite. This is confined, it's limited, it's a small realm. It's like a small country pulled from material plane.
Yeah. Oh, I have to say, when you put it like that, what those Attar claim makes sense, that the gods are just people with a bit more power. I mean, I'm sure if I really wanted to, I could make a demi-plane.
Well, as far as I know, isn't there spells that Mordecai or something has made that effectively just creates a small pocket mansion?
I haven't really studied that magic too much because I have the feeling it wouldn't work in Sigil anyway.
Probably not, but I mean the point still stands.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's just find this Richter guy. If this realm is decaying because of Strahd's absence, I would prefer not to be around when it goes all belly up. Don't know if you have seen, but when animals decay, it gets pretty nasty pretty quickly.
yeah.
right.
Let's go.
Yes. So you travel a couple of days in the gloomy, sad, constantly raining landscape of Barovia. And eventually you do reach a lonely tower. Next to this lonely tower, there is also a wagon. Also, once must have been some colorful thing. Now, not much of its former glory as a wagon is left. And there is this lonely tower, and sitting on the entrance of the wagon, there is a woman.
Alexander will approach.
What are all these women doing in carriages?
Carriages, yes.
It's a common sight. Staying in one place, you can do it, but a lot of people like to travel.
You can address them as Miss Carriage.
I would be careful where you throw that joke around,
You know,
Lavarian.
just because we have the last 50 minutes left, you have inspiration. And I will add that not only she's a woman, but she's also a Vistani. Huh? How is that for a women coming out of carriages and they're all Vistani?
Howdy there.
She
Gotta be one of the Vistani.
she looks at you. She makes a rapid. She drops a rapid gaze also at your companions, and when she looks at Tanya, she was like, "You're back."
Yes, I am.
She stands up. She starts walking your direction. Why are you back?
Oh, job seems to be unfinished.
She looks at you like a bit confused. What do you mean?
We're here to talk to Richten.
I do not recognize the others, though. What happened?
Well, Alexander, would you like to explain?
Yes. I seem to find myself as a guide for our dear friend here. He doesn't know the place I grew up here. Alexander Radovich.
I have heard of you, Alexander Radovich.
Probably have.
There isn't much left for you here. I heard you had gone.
Yeah, I left Barovia. Now I'm
You
hunting
left?
gods.
She
I left.
She actually takes you by the collar of your jacket. You're like, how did you leave? We thought that once the monster was dead, we could finally leave this cursed place, but it's still not working.
Can you let go of my collar? This jacket is the only thing I have left from this place, and it's quite important to me.
Yes. Excuse me.
Exactly.
Now, about how you leave, I'll let you know that when our business here is done.
Yeah. Well, the monster is dead, so now the job is to break open the prison, I would say.
So they bring in some expert prison breakers. But in order to break it, we need to know more about it. Hence,
need
we come
help
to
from,
Old Man von Richten.
Yes, indeed.
All right. One of you can make me a deception check with advantage.
Wait, let me...
Shouldn't be me. I have a 0 in charisma.
I have 3.
One moment.
Ha, Tarlin.
Ha, Tali, the charisma guy.
He's sexy and he smells of blood.
Whoa, okay. Well, clearly she has not forgotten Anomander, and when you corroborate your words with all these other friends of yours, she believes it completely. And yes, she will then approach the tower, open the door, and inside there is a man. The man is this man.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Hulk
Bad
Hogan.
influence.
It should have appeared in your journal.
This decrepit old codger.
And
Walter
Good
Freyden.
style.
it looks at you. Well, it looks at the woman. Esmeralda, who is this? And then she's like, Anomander? You're back.
Well, there's still a prison to break open, isn't there?
Good afternoon, Rickton.
Alexander Radovich.
Yeah, the Hound of Strahd. It's nice to meet you.
Never thought I'd see you again. You worked for the monster, but the monster is dead.
So I hear. Yeah. It's at least good for both of us meeting as enemies. I see you did a lot of redecorating with Barovia. You and Alamander here.
I did nothing. All I did was hunt down those monsters that still lingered. But the horror, it did not stop. I believed that the curse of this land was Strahd, but it is the land itself that is a curse.
Yeah, we've been told it's a prison. I've left once, so Alamander here decided to hire my services to help break you all out.
I see. And you can break us all out?
I can figure it out in time. I did it once, I can do it again.
Have you now?
Yeah,
Well,
why do you think I wasn't around to deal with this guy when he was fighting Strahd?
Even though...
Surely I would have come to Strahd's aid if I was here.
Would you now?
Of course.
Well, even though the Dark Lord is gone, I have not been idle this long months, you know. There are still others that roam this land. Yes, it is a prison, but the creatures of the night consider it their own personal playground. Well, not on my watch. And he looks once again at Tarling Anomander. Would you like to see what I have accomplished in these months?
Of course. Always curious to see your work.
Come then. And it brings you here to the center of the tower, where there is this kind of platform that can like go down with some kind of winch system.
All right.
And also looking at Alexander with some amusement, actually. Like finally I can show these creatures of the night what they are worth. He starts to pull down the lift, and
I'll offer my assistance using old man.
He's clearly an old man and he's getting some difficulty, but you are in the prime of your youth and you feel yourself much stronger than before for reasons. And it will bring you down to this.
What is this, cabin in the woods?
Nice decorations you have here.
So you made yourself a prison, old man?
Yes. Look, you see that he kind of like, you actually see this arcane energies flowing from cell to cell and in this area. While you look at these cells, clearly you see that there are some creatures stuck in there that normally would have no problem in coming out of their prison. Apart, some of them that they seem like much stronger than the bars that they are stopping them. Then there is a couple of creatures that could simply walk through the bars if they wanted to.
Yeah, like that mummy.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, the art is, yeah. Yeah, but yes, actually, fine. That gate is actually broken, but you see that when the mummy smacks its fists against it. Some sort of magical barrier is keeping it there. It says this would have not been possible had the Dark Lord still been here. But now...
Like
now
it would
I
have had me have stopped it.
Why would you have done such a thing, Alexander? Do you not realize that you are also free now? Strahd, he was
Yeah.
a tyrant. He was lying to you. Do you not understand it?
Yeah, but to put things in perspective, old man, I wouldn't have had a home or a job without him. I would have just been another one of you miserable commoners. No offense, but you gotta see it from my point of view. At the time, Strahd made sure life for me was a little, at least comfortable. But this is very impressive, and I'm kind of glad I was gone to not have been given the mission to stop this.
Could you have done it, I wonder?
I seem to find myself doing a lot of things I didn't think I could do.
You've grown a lot since you've left this realm, haven't you, Alexander?
Well, I would sure hope so, seeing as we're hunting Shadow Throne.
Would you have been able to stop me before you had left this realm?
Most certainly.
If you say so.
Look, when you're here, you don't fight fair, as I'm sure you know.
There is no fair. In a fight.
So tell me now, why are you back?
Well, I came back originally to find old Strahd. I was hoping he could help me help a lot of people.
Strahd never helped anyone but himself, Alexander.
Yeah, but there's bigger fish to fry. Me and Alamander here, we're hunting down the greatest thief there ever was. A thief who stole another god's power. Bringing him to justice. Bringing hope.
Well, Anomander does not seem to be armed for war.
Not currently. Figured there was no point in bringing all the gear if this places are liberated.
Okay, you did good with Esmeralda, but let's see if you do good enough with Van Richter. So I would like another deception check. Without advantage this time.
Okay. Wait, my character sheet is gone.
Can I give him the help action?
Yes, that's why he's not rolling with disadvantage.
Ah, fair. Fair.
Oof.
Right. Your silver tongue is too much for this old man. He seemed to believe your words, and he says, well, if Anomander brought you here, there must be a reason. Even though you still speak like you have some kind of loyalty to the Dark Lord, know this, Alexander, he's gone. And mark my words, as long as I am alive, he will not return. And Tallinn,
Interesting to say.
Tallinn, you feel a tingle in your brain when he says this word, like they have much more importance than the boast that he's making.
That's an interesting thing to say, Van Richten.
Now, Richten.
He was the land, but somehow my fight against him, the long years I have spent, the monster I have fought, I feel like this is my land now. You see that Esmeralda, not too far from him, looks at him with a bit of pity and sadness.
Yes, and even though it's your land, it's still a prison.
Yes, it is a prison. I would never want these creatures of the night to roam free, to go wherever it is that they will once.
Rickton, let me ask you, do you know what the other planes are like? Everything outside of this prison?
I have never heard of such things.
Well, with the way you're talking, you're acting like the monsters are only here. These monsters are but a paltry sum. There are dozens, thousands, hundreds of thousands of them out there. You containing these small few mean nothing. You're effectively just keeping yourself going. The way you can actually be impactful to the actual world outside of here is opening a portal, leaving.
This land is my responsibility, Alexander. If it is true what you say, that there is infinite evil out there, well, what can I possibly do about it? But I will protect the people of Barovia. You see, while
Does
we're
that
having
mean
this
you'll help us open a
conversation,
portal?
all these monsters are kind of like banging at their cells, like trying to leave. You see a wailing ghost not too far from here, this werewolf clawing at the arcane seals that keep him busy there. They're getting quite excited by your whole discussion. Then you ask, will you help me open a portal?
Yeah.
And what portal are you talking about, Alexander?
There's a lot of magical energy here. Enough magical energy, and I assume with Strahd not here, could maybe open a portal. Get a few people out. Maybe all of the people.
He says, I do not understand how this could even be possible, Alexander. Magical port. Is anybody of you a witch or a wizard by any chance?
Yinkin can do a fair bit of magic.
Motion at Yinkin, yes.
I can make some kind of portal.
What kind of help would you require of me then? What is it that you want from me?
I look at the others.
What is it that you all want from him? Do you even know? Is Van Victor become the very thing that he has fought all his life, or is this just deception? We will only know in the next episode of Tales from the Yawning
Tales from the Yawning Strahd.
Tales from the Curse of the Yawning Portal, an epic campaign by all of you. And this is where we're going to suffer tonight. Apologies for the technical disadventure here, but it was completely out of our control. But we did manage to do something at least. I don't know if nobody else has anything else to add. I would say we will meet
Thanks
you.
for joining all.
Yes, thank you guys for sticking around through the technical difficulties. And I think something interesting will come out of this discussion. Or at least I hope. All right, then I wish everybody a good night, and I will see you next week.
Good fight.
And imagine me waving at you from my invisible camera.
Everybody's waving.
Stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Stay home.
Wash your hands.
Stay home, everybody. Yes. Bye.
Don't go out.
Don't go
It
out.
will get you when you go out.